grows in a comfort zone. All right, there you go. The iFly thing, there you go.
Yeah.
So what do we got next?
All right, so our last presenter is celebrity entrepreneur Clint Arthur. And what's really cool about this guy is he got your mom on the big screen TV in New York.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I was just looking through, Clint, you can come on when you get a chance here. I was just going through, we put these magazines out on the seats when we're doing our events at Secret Knock. But here he is just hanging out with a few, entertainment icons like you've never seen before. Here's hanging out at the big thing at the NASDAQ Center.
It's called the NASDAQ Jumbotron.
There you go.
Yes.
Over here, we've got Barbara Corcoran. We've got Grant Cardone.
Who's nobody, by the way.
Oh, check this one out. Is that Suzanne Summers?
Yeah, I love Suzanne.
Yay!
And by the way, last time at Secret Knock, we had the guy who invented the Thigh Master that she used to promote. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of cool.
God bless him.
Wait, is this Ringo?
Amen. Yeah.
Now you're just showing off, man. All right.
I said, Sir Ringo, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, I'll get high with a little help from my friends.
I love it. And over
now
it,
it's lethal.
you even got Tyson. My favorite Mike Tyson quote is that everyone's got a game plan until you get punched in the face, right?
I said, Mike, champ, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, stay humble.
In that voice, right?
Exactly like that. Exactly.
Well, you look good, by the way.
Thank you.
So how important is it right now? Look, everyone's been in lockdown. I know you're chomping at the bit to get out, especially in New York and all this different stuff. But we do know that this too shall pass. And especially if things are coming down the road. How important is it to stay out there in the public eye and relevant right now?
Well, look, everything that is going on in marketing today is digital online marketing, right? So it's really less important to actually be out there than it is to create a perception that you're out there. It's really less important to be a great anything than it is to create the perception that you're a great something. See, you could be the best brain surgeon in the world, but it really doesn't matter if nobody knows who you are. That's why I say the marketing of what you do is 100 times more important than what you actually do. So, you ask me, and we've all been in lockdown. I haven't been in lockdown. I've been all over the place. I've been in Acapulco, in multiple luxury villas. I've done several events in Dallas, in Atlanta, and now in Las Vegas. I've been everywhere. And, this whole lockdown is a war of perception. Everyone thinks it's dangerous. Everyone thinks that they need to be locked down. Really? I went from Atlanta. I just did an event at CNN Center in Atlanta with Dr. Oz, Dr. Drew, Surgeon General Jocelyn Elders, Evander Holyfield, and more. And I was supposed to lock down. I went from Atlanta to New York, and I was supposed to be in quarantine. I wasn't in quarantine. I'm not sick. I had 142 people at my event. Not one person got sick. I followed up 2 weeks later, not one person. We had several immune compromised people. This whole thing is a war against the middle class. This is a war against small business. And those who think that they are supposed to be shut down are the victims of this war. And I'm not willing to participate in this. And, it's all about the perception of who you are. Now, for me, my biggest concern these days is that I think things are going to get violent, Greg. I think there's a lot of violence that's happening, and I think that there's more violence coming. And, I've already created the perception that I'm somebody in the eyes of my customers and prospects with these assets that I have. My photos with celebrities, my TV appearances, my speaking at very important places. And I'm going to be doing more of those. I'll be having more celebrity photos and more speaking opportunities at very important places. In fact, not only did I get your mom on the Jumbotron in Times Square. She also spoke at the New York City Bar Association, and she also spoke at the NASDAQ market site, okay? And I have an event coming up at the New York City Bar Association in December for people who wanna have the perception that they speak at very important places, which is really all it is. You just need to speak for 5 minutes, get a video, and all of a sudden you have a different positioning in the eyes of your customers and prospects. But on top of that, I want to go after this perception that when people look at me, I want them to think I'm not going to mess with Clint. And as a result of that, I have Bernie Kerik, the former New York City police commissioner under Rudy Giuliani. He's on Fox News all the time. He's going to be coming to my New York City Bar Association event. And everyone who's going to be speaking at that event is going to get a photo with the New York City police commissioner who stopped crime in New York. And then I have another event in Vegas in May, and I have Dog the Bounty Hunter coming to that event. And that's another photo that I want of my tough friends, because it's all about perception. Would you agree, Greg? You're the master of a lot of stuff, okay? You got a whole bunch of perception behind you on that wall right there. And what people think about you and how they perceive you is more important than reality. And when people look at Clint Arthur, if you Google my name, Clint Arthur, you're gonna find the first 4 pages of Google are entirely my marketing. All websites, social media, interviews, videos, photos, books, that's all me in front of you. That's my reality series. Oh, let me give a gift. Can I give a gift to everybody?
Yeah, I want to answer your question first. So, and thank you, because you're always such a giving guy, and that's cool. And this is true.
Yeah.
So for people, especially in the Secret Knock community and family, we're always very transparent. So here's the deal. In my world, there's Stage Greg, and then there's Real Greg. Stage Greg, especially on the big stages, is a pretty flamboyant guy. He's got the red jackets. He jumps on chairs. He's, I'd like to meet that guy, right? But the Real Greg is, I'm a loudmouth, skateboarding hippie in Del Mar, California. I mean, I really am two kind of different people, but the perception persona that I spend a lot of time, money, and energy putting out there hires me to get those high paid speaking gigs, because I don't know if I get the $30,000, per hour speaking opportunities if they saw Skateboard Greg as much as that persona Greg. So it's very important to make sure that what we put out there we're going after the avatar that we want as our clients and our friends.
That's your marketing, okay? Whatever the people see when they type your name into Google, that's your marketing. And that marketing is the perception that you're putting out into the world about who you are. And for a lot of people, they'll never even get to meet the real Greg. They'll only see Stage Greg. They'll see you at an event. They'll hire you. They hire Stage Greg for a result. And the same thing with me. People hire Clint for the result that they want, for the training that they want, for the experience that they want, for the deliverables that I deliver, photos, videos, celebrity attachment, and transformation, personal transformation. Hey man, would you agree that all the stuff that you and I do, this marketing stuff, is very personal in its results? It transforms you as a person?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it helps you to be more, do more, and have more. And look, this all began because you said you were in lockdown in New York. Now, a lot of people think, well, I'm the host of a radio show on 77 WABC radio in New York City. It's called The Greatest Show of All Time. That title came from one of my books, The Greatest Book of All Time. And, as far as New York City is concerned, I live in New York, and I've been doing this radio show out of New York City, 77 WABC, all these months. Meanwhile, I've been in Acapulco most of the time. So perception in this world is completely one thing, and then reality can be a completely different thing. As long as you're not lying to anybody about, okay, I'm going to give you $1 million, and then you give them a penny, that's no good. But what I say is that marketing is painting a picture of a golden balloon, a big, beautiful golden balloon. And when the people see that golden balloon, they will think whatever they're going to think about you and what you do. Your job is not to pop that golden balloon. Your job is just to paint the golden balloon, let them think whatever they want to think about it. And how do I do that? I do that by speaking at very important places like the New York City Bar, by taking pictures with famous people like the ones you showed earlier, Tyson, Mick Jagger, etc. going on TV, writing best-selling books, and winning awards. That's exactly what I do.
Okay, now the gift you're going to give out, and I'm going to answer this question that just came in. What do you got for us?
Hey man, this is a really nice gift that I'm giving, okay? This is what I gave to all of my high-level attendees who paid $5,000, $10,000, as much as $15,000 to come to my most recent event with Dr. Oz and Dr. Drew. This is a new book. It's called Your Reality Series. I believe that when people Google you, what the results that they get, and the first thing anybody does these days is they think about you. If they're at all interested in you, either personally or professionally, they will Google you. The results are what I call your reality series. So if you go to www.is.gd/your reality series, I'm going to type it in the chat. www.is.gd/your reality series. I want to make sure I got it correct.
Yeah, I see it right now.
Okay. If you go there, not only will you get that, you're going to get a lot of high-level deliverables. Really, that's my VIP deliverable bonus area. Mm-hmm. So I'm giving you that book, Your Reality Series. Okay. You have to capitalize all the letters. You have to capitalize it the way I did it. Okay. Okay. It has to be capitalized.
And we will do that. Hold on one second. Okay, it says this lockdown is complete bullshit. Agreed. What are you doing about it? Before we go there, I want to answer this the Shauna question. This is a great question, Shauna. It says, what if someone values personal relationship connections more than stage persona? Now, I want to answer mine, and then Clint, you can do yours.
Sure.
For me, the stage is basically an appetizer that leads you to building the relationships with the people that you want to. There are realities for myself. If I'm in front of 10,000 people, you are putting on a show. You are entertaining, educating, and getting to know people. And then you're like a fly trap, but the people that are attracted to you come, and then they become part of this intimate community and become part of this. So that's how I've always used it, as almost like a lead magnet to see people that resonate, because, you know, vibration, if I go to an event, you might like Grant Cardone more than me, you might like Tony more than me, you might cause less. That's cool. I'm looking for the people that resonate with my energy and my values, and then I can build a deeper relationship afterwards. Go ahead.
Well, look, Dr. Oz said something to us at this event at CNN. He said, get 3 people, say, hey, what is the one word about me? What is the one word you think of when you think about me? Get 3 people to answer that question. I got like 10 people to answer that question. And the overwhelming majority of people answered the question that, like, I will tell it like it is. What you see is what you get. I'm the real thing. And it's not easy to have a stage persona that is 100% the same as your personal reality. It's not easy to do that. That's why the people who are big superstars, like in general, that they're being real. It's not easy to be real when you're on TV or when you're on stage or when you're in public. You feel different, so you project something different. When you start getting really good at this stuff, then you can combine the two and be your authentic self. That's why, you know, what people like, love him or hate him, Trump is authentic. That's what people say. And that's why he got elected, is because people think he's authentic. And the people who get really good at being in front of others and being authentic at the same time, instead of just a cartoon, you get the real thing. Those people become big. I think.
I love that. So like, I'm a happy, positive guy. That's just who I am. On stage, you know, it's so funny being a single guy. I'm up on stage and I'm doing my stuff. And then you go out to dinner and they're expecting me to jump on the table and believe in your dreams, you know, just trying to have a pizza. Right?
Yeah, look, what that is, and what you're talking about there is how when you're on stage, you have to have more energy. You got to be bigger. especially when like when you're doing giant events in front of thousands of people, you got to be really big. And with me, I always teach my people who go to my celebrity launch pads and get on TV. By the way, I just did my 47th celebrity launch pad last weekend at Bellagio. And I got my 48th one coming at Bellagio in November. For anybody who wants to get on TV, guaranteed or your money back plus $1,000, go to guaranteedcelebrity.com to check that out. But when you're on TV or doing a webinar like this, you have to be bigger because there's signal loss. We only have 1080p or 4K. That's all we got. In person, you're getting infinity of Clint, but on this webinar, you're only getting a maximum of 4K. That's why I need to be big, 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 loud, 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 or else I'll disappear. But in person, I'll be a little bit less energy, although my wife always tells me, stop shouting at me. And I'm saying, I'm not shouting, I'm just talking. That's how I talk, okay?
Yeah, you're enthusiastically conversing. All right, we got to move on. We love you, Clint. We'll see you soon. Thanks for hooking my mom up. You did her right, man. I'm telling you. I mean, it was so interesting. My mom's 78 years old. She wrote a book, and she went to Clint and said, let's go do this. Next thing you know, I'm getting text pictures of her on the Jumbotron speaking at these different events. It works, people. The realities are surround yourself with people that are getting the results that you want for yourself today. And so far, all the people that have worked with you so far, I've seen got results. We appreciate you. We'll see you in March.
Thanks, Clint. See you in March.
Take care. Great to see you.
All right, now we're going to wrap it up. What do we got?
Oh, my